Okay.
Okay. So, hi Nelson.
Hi, Mark.
Yeah. All right. So, I welcome you to another episode of Real Dev Talk. And so, before we proceed into the topic, can you please introduce yourself? Tell us about your current role and what do you do? Are you what craft do you have in the software industry? And then what you are currently doing, and any other brief intro about yourself.
Thank you so much for having me here. Yeah, so my name is Nelson Frank, and I'm a software developer. Uh, Actually, I'm based on a uh, full stack development, and I mostly use TypeScript and JavaScript. And I actually interested in learning Go, so I'm going through some of the Go programming language books and courses to understand it more. Yeah, and I'm currently working as a front-end developer on a company called Mast, which is based on South Korea. Uh, yeah, so that's all. And I'm actually very interested in it. I'm actually based on developing the web application mostly. So both front end and back end. And I prefer Next.js and the entire ecosystem around it. And I use Nest.js and Node.js for back end development. I hope that make it a little bit clear
Okay.
about myself.
All right. Thank you for that brief intro. So, let me also give you a brief intro about the Real Dev Talk. So, Real Dev Talk is where uh, we invite developers and we try to discuss some real issues on the current system today. Because so many people are actually scared that AI is going to take their jobs due to we have so many advancement in AI, and due to they are scared, they start doing things wrongly. So that's why we have this show. It's not because we are against AI, but it's just because we have to address some things so uh, we don't end up having knowledge erosion in the current system. So our topic for today is a simple question. Yeah, it's also technical. So the topic is, do developers deserve to be replaced by AI? So that's our main topic. And honestly, it's just we will talk about some uncomfortable truth, but it's not like we are against developers or doing anything. No, we are just trying to address developers. What are they doing or what are they not doing to stay irreplaceable by AI? So I'll be asking you some questions which we've crafted out, and then you will give us your honest answer or point of views on this ones. Okay. So the first
Okay.
question,
Yeah.
right? Be bold. Be bold. Okay. Don't get scared about your response. So, do you personally believe developers deserve to be replaced by AI?
No, I don't think developer deserve to be replaced by AI. So yeah, at some point we just adjust ourselves on how we work, but I don't believe we should work together with AI, not replaced with it.
Okay. So you believe we should be friends.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We should work together. So AI should be like some other skills which should be part of the team. That's what you believe.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. All right. So the next question is, what are the biggest mistakes you see front end developers making currently? I mean, to make them easy to automate.
Yeah, okay. So I will answer this question with like a background,
Okay.
uh, with like a short story. So before AI was a thing in a development industry, software development industry. Developer most yeah, development was software development was a really tricky, really demanding skill. And what do I mean by that? I mean like uh, we are supposed to write code, write tests. If you start somewhere, you have to read a lot of stuff online, a lot of articles, a lot of how stuff are implemented and stuff like that. So in that case, the software developer will work before the introduction of AI. They know how to find the solution to a lot of stuff. So they know how to dig stuff. They know the basics. They know, sometimes you will need to understand the technology in detail so that you're not stuck on the small things. So the developer before the AI, they actually understand deeply they understand it deeply the basics, both in the language they are using, the technology they are using, what they are building. So in case of our web development, you understand the browser, uh, the tools inside it, and how you can interact with them to build the software that actually work for both for use of all categories. So the biggest mistake most of the uh, new software developer, they don't go through the basics. And in my understanding, I can say my principle, what I get out from the AI and all these stuffs is uh, AI should be the tool to make you go faster. So, for example, if the development before the AI was taking like a 3 months, it should take 1 month because we have AI. So it reduce the time of development. So in that case, the biggest mistake that most developer these days make is not understanding the basics. So they will just prompt the AI, do this. When something fails, do this. At the end of the day, it's just a simple fix where you can see and you can understand exactly what you need to tell AI so that you can fix. Other than that, if you don't know the basics, it will be hard for you to direct or point the AI what to do, because at the end of the day, AI you need to redirect it on what to do. Otherwise, you will it will cost you a lot in terms of financially. I mean, the AI tools are expensive, as you can see, as we all know. Also, if you don't know the basics, it will cost you more financially because you will just prompt it. You lose a lot of tokens and money to ask uh, relevant things and ask it to do stuff that are not stuff, stuff that are basics, which whenever you were aware of them, it will be easier for you to just redirect them to the right path. So the biggest mistake most developer these days do is not to understand the basics of the technology they're using, and they're not utilize it in a way because nowadays learning is too easy. So because you actually have the tutor some to help you understand the concept, so they don't utilize the tools to because if they don't understand the basics, they also does not use the tool, the AI, to understand the basics. So that's
To
another
understand the basics.
big
Yeah.
mistake they do. Yeah, yeah, I can say that.
Okay. So you felt like
Yeah,
if front end developers or if a developer actually understands the basics, then um they will be better than than AI.
yeah,
Okay. All right. So you've worked
yeah.
across
In a yeah,
okay. So you've worked across regions. Does the quality of a developer craft differ by different regions? I mean, as some community, because you said you currently working in a South Korean company, right? So
correct.
that means so you must have worked with some other local companies in your country also. Okay. So now,
Co-
do you think that
correct. Yeah,
working in these two different regions, do you think some communities are at risk than the others?
yeah. So talking about actually, I'm managed to work in like 2 to 3 different locations. So yeah, that's the case actually, because for example, in my country, Tanzania, we actually have uh, l- less developer, I can say, less skilled developer. We actually have a lot of developer, but few are skilled. Also, in that case, we have less technology. What do I mean? I mean like applications, like software application. which we use daily. Other than uh, actually, we have like 2 to 3 money transfer application. Other than banks, we have like a three, which are owned by mobile networks. And other than that, we don't have any other big software application we use daily. So in that case, few actually participate in a development industry. And so so there's a big difference compared to what I'm currently working on. So compared to other regions. So for example, in North Korea, they actually use a lot of technology daily, and there's a lot of companies that that are dealing with the software development. So in that case, they have a lot of developers, they have a lot of skilled talents. And in that case, the knowledge or the wisdom about the software development here in my country is very low compared to other countries that they are
On the
actually
previous.
governed and they are using a lot of technology daily. So, for example,
Right.
I see recently I see in North Korea they have their own map application. So the application actually is actually based on their country, and it also show you everything. It show you, for example, you're on a train station. It show you what is the next coming train and where is it now. When is it going to be at the station you are at?
Yeah.
So in that case, yeah, there's a big difference compared to our country where we don't have much technology we use there. So yeah, there's a big difference.
Okay. So thank you. So if you had to name one skill gap that's making developers vulnerable right now, what would it be?
Sorry, come
Are you
again?
there? I
Yeah.
said if you had to name one skill gap that's making developers vulnerable, what would that be?
Sorry, I have a little bit of internet connection issues. Okay, can you repeat your question again? One skill? I
Okay,
didn't
okay.
get the question.
So I said if you had to name one skill gap, right? A skill gap, a skill issue that's making developers vulnerable right now, what will that skill be? What skill do you think developers are lacking that's making them replaceable by AI?
Okay. Yeah. So one skill I can say that make developer replaceable by AI is uh, product understanding. For example, let me rephrase it in this way. Problem solving skill. For example, most of developers they understand how to write only code, to write only code. They don't understand how to solve a specific problem in the society using the technology. So writing code is the easiest part of the software development. But what they are missing is understanding the product as whole. So, for example, having the skill to understand the problem in the society, the steps you are going to take to design your software solution around that problem. And then finally, after you break down everything into small issues, then you understand the solution toward them. And then now you're coming to writing software. So if they understand the big picture and understand how they can understand the problem and how they can come up with a solution. The writing code part, they can leave it to AI. So AI can write the entire code so they can deal on architecting the solution around the problem. And in that case, I think for the newcomer in the industry, they need to really understand, first of all, understand the technology, also understand how they can use the technology to solve the problem. So I can say that's the biggest skill they need. They need to understand how they can use the technology to solve the problem, other than writing code, which is easiest part of the software development.
Okay. All right.
So
So
yeah.
the next question is, so do you think companies are being honest with developers about how much AI is already doing their jobs quietly? Or do you think it's just something they are hyping too much? Because we've seen in the news recently, they said a company, I don't know the company name, they said they actually fired all their AI agents just to start recruiting developers back. So this company initially fired their developers so they could recruit AI agents. And now they now fired their AI agents because AI agent is costing a lot of tokens and millions of dollars. So now they are now recruiting developers. So do you think companies are actually honest about developers, about how AI is already doing their job?
I think no. So if you listen to the company like Nvidia, Anthropic, the founder, the company that owns Cloud AI, they actually had their product like, hey, we are going to replace a lot of developer. They
Yeah.
try to hype their product so that we can see like they can do much better compared to what they can actually do. So yeah, if yeah, so in reality, as the example you shared, that the company uh, fire the entire software team and then they hire the AI, and the cost is too high. So in yeah, actually AI can do a lot. For example, the cloud AI now it can do a lot of stuff. They can design, they can write code, they can code the entire application, but they still need assistance from the software developer. So uh, I think yeah, the developer is still needed in that position. Developer has to
Okay,
be
okay.
there.
So you
So that's
think
why I shared earlier.
companies are just
Yeah,
hyping AI too much?
sorry, come again.
I said you think companies are just hyping, it's just AI hyping, right? They're just hyping their AI agents.
Yeah,
They
yeah, yeah.
just,
So
see,
yeah,
okay.
the AI industry, there's a lot. They still have a lot of stuff to. They still have a lot of stuff to fix on their end. For example, AI is still consuming a lot of power, the data center and stuff like that, and it's still
Yeah.
expensive. You can't remove development team and replace it with AI, expecting to save money, but at the end of the day, it will going to cost you more. So yeah, that's why AI work as a should be part of the team, not replacing the team.
So, okay. Okay. So now, what will you tell a junior developer today to make them still relevant in the next 5 years?
Okay, sorry, can you repeat your question again?
I said, what will you tell a junior developer today that will make them still be relevant in the next 5 years?
Okay, yeah. So for newcomer in the software industry, software development industry, what I can tell them is what they need to do is first of all understand what their passion actually are based on. So, for example, some their passion are based on a specific part of the software development. For example, some want to be game developer, other want to be uh, mobile developer or web developer. So, pick a specific part you want to be. Uh, you want to based on, and then learn the basics on that field, and then especially yeah, you can use the better thing in these days is you can use AI to fast forward your learning process. You don't need mentor. As back on our days we need like a mentor, because you can read a lot of tutorial, you can watch a lot of tutorial, but you stuck on a tutorial, you don't know what to do. But these days you have AI. There's a lot of tools you can use. For example, Google has a tool called Notebook LLM, where you can add a lot of studying material and then links, YouTube links, wherever, and then you can use it as your mentor so that you can understand the concept quicker. And yeah, so after you learn the basics, start developing the simple projects which can help you grasp the concept more quicker, and you can see how it works in real application. So yeah, after that, actually use the AI to write your code, but at least understand what the code does. And with the knowledge and skill you get from the basics, you'll be able to debug and solve the error and try to communicate clearly with the AI. So yeah, I can say they can use those steps to to
to stay
master to
relevant.
get into the software development industry.
So you think with what you
Yeah,
just
another
said,
thing, they should document the yes.
okay, can you proceed? Sorry for continuing.
Yeah, another thing I want to say is they can document their progress online so that you know when the other company want to hire you, they can see your progress online. So it's easier for them to see how where you come from, your progress, your skills, and it's easier for them to hire you. Yeah,
Okay, thank you very much, Nelson. So it's nice having you on the session today. So at least you've given us some hints on okay why developers should not be replaced by AI. You said they should be working as a team, right? So just
yeah,
like we have
correct.
DevOps engineers working together with the front end and back end. So I think we need to have a new engineer, which will be the AI
Yeah,
agent to be part of the team, right?
correct,
Okay,
correct.
and you also tell us, you've given us life-saving advice to stay relevant so we don't feel like AI will replace us. So any developer thinking AI will replace them, you feel like they should not bother at all and then just keep building themselves and they will be relevant still in the next 5 years, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So actually,
All right.
that notion that the AI will replace developer, that is the notion that was brought by non-technical people, especially the one
Yeah.
working in a tech company. They are thinking
Yeah.
AI will replace developer, but if you ask an individual developer, they will tell you that AI cannot replace, but can be a team member.
Thank you very much, Nancy. Thank you for
Okay, thank you so
joining
much.
the talk today. Yeah. Thank you.
Great. Thank you
All
so much
right.
for having me.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.